I guess that's one way to play paths. How often have you used Path to Excel on one of your creatures?
I think once, and it enables me to turn 3 kills, so it's fine, yeah.
All right.
Can you explain the turn 3 kill for us?
Yeah, what is your not perfect draw?
No, but if opponent does nothing, you can start with Flagstones and Step Links, then play Fetch Land and play Geobeat or another Step Links, or there are a lot of ways to...
Yeah, a lot of combinations for it, sure.
So you play Geobeat, and in the next round we play...
So then, so Step Links into Geobeat, and they're at 16 because you use a Fetch Land.
Yeah.
Okay, so on turn 3...
Yeah, you play Zektar Shrine Expedition.
Okay, so you play Zektar Shrine with the 2 lanes that you have.
You play Ghost Water or another Flagstone.
Okay.
You have 3 landfalls, so there is 7/7 Geobeat and 6/7 Step Links.
Okay, so that's 12. There's 13 from those, and the Zektar Shrine, that's 20 there. So even if they hit a trump blocker, you might even get them.
Yeah.
And if you have Ghost Quarter, you could even play a Bolt or a Charge Volley up the mountain you get.
Okay, so any suggestions for players who want to play this in the qualifiers? Do you think this is a good qualifier deck?
I think the deck is good, but I'm not sure if maybe it's a deck only for one tournament because no one expected it.
Absolutely.
So now it will be harder because of all the Dark Blast, etc.
Yeah, Dark Blast sounds like really bad.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
you went through the list? Yep.
Goblin Guide is your only...
and Dark Blast can kill a Goblin Guide.
Yeah, it can.
I mean, that one Jotun Grunts. That's why you need the one Jotun Grunts, so that you don't lose the Dark Blast.
Wow, yeah.
All right, let's see if we see if anyone in the chat has any questions. But you can ask your question. Go ahead.
Why do you just stop at 8? You have 8 fetch lands, right? Why do you have 4 basics?
Yeah, because you need a lot of basics to Ghost Waters, and if you don't want to lose lives because of fetch lands into the double land, you have basic land. It's an advantage against zoo decks.
Okay.
You can fetch into the basic
you want to take
land,
less damage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Top 8 or top 8 wants to know what's the best card in the deck? What's the MVP? I vote for Step Links.
Yeah, I think it's a Zektar Shrine.
I forgot about Zektar Shrine. Yeah, I misspoke.
Super Bowl Lightning, okay.
And Zektar Shrine. Why 3 Path to Exile? Why not 4?
Because it don't deal damage. You need those to remove a Maritage token or some big zoo creatures.
Yeah.
But sometimes you rather have a burn spell.
I mean, with 4 Ghost Quarters, you're not really too worried about the Merit Lages too many times, but...
How's your matchup with the Thopter decks that are just blue-white Thopter?
I didn't test against blue-white. But I think it's not that good matchup because of
it seems like
a lot of counter spells.
And they could gain a lot of life.
Yeah.
And sorry. Kitchen Finks does seem like kind of a problem for your deck. I mean, if you don't have the Path to Exile, Kitchen Finks seem very strong against you.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like you could just ignore the Kitchen Finks too.
It's hard to ignore it because your Step Links and GOPs, they don't keep their power. Like, you have to attack when you play lands. And like Repeal seems pretty good against you as well.
Yeah, definitely.
For your Zektar Shrines and your Step Links, you don't want to. Those are kind of awkward.
All right, well, I think that's about it. Thanks, Peter. This is a cool deck. We got actually
a
lot of people in the chat saying this is their favorite deck, and they're going to go out and make it right now. And actually, if you want to make it, you could go to visit our sponsor, mtgchicago.com, and use the GG's Live coupon, and I believe it's 10% off, or off of a $35 purchase. I think that's the coupon. I think they didn't really tell me what the coupon was, honestly. But you know what? Go to mtgchicago.com, buy this deck, put in GG's Live coupon, and just let us know how much you get off. All right. So thanks, Peter, and
thank you.
Congratulations on day 2.
I predict you in top 8. This is an awesome deck.
Thanks.
So thanks a lot. And Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So, and you can just go over there and just Ray will give you your deck, and then you can just be back on and win some more rounds for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Michael Jacob is over here dying, and I'm
Yeah.
secretly laughing at him, but you know.
Look, for those of you who think I'm going through puberty, I'm 25, all right? The problem is I've got a little bit of a sickness going on.
He's definitely 15. That's why he wears that
Yeah.
hat. He doesn't want to show his age. So other than did we already talk about your Grand Prix?
Oh, my 03
stories.
performance? Oh, okay. All right. So if I got to LSV round 4, which, it sucks because when you have 3 buys and you're going to do a Grand Prix with, 750 people or 800 people over like 1,000, you're really not expecting to play against top tier players round 4. You're expecting to play them around 8 or 9, or you're expecting to play them, day 2.
Hoping to get up against somebody with 0 buys that somehow
Right.
made it to round 4 undefeated.
Right, and I had the misfortune of playing against 3 competent players in a row. I would consider that very unlucky to begin with. All right, and I played against 2 dark. I was playing Living End with main deck Leyline of the Voids, and they were awesome. And I think anybody who plays the deck should be playing Leyline of the Voids because it's way better than Ingature if you just think about it. Everything Ingature does, Leyline does a million times better.
Leyline doesn't get rid of Relic of Progenesis.
I mean,
Doesn't do that anywhere near as good as Ingature.
I guess so, but
And I'm sure the chat will bring up a whole bunch of other cards
Right.
that it is, but I just feel the fire. That's
but
what I like.
I had main deck Leylines, and I felt if I would have play tested the deck a little bit more because I just threw it together without a game of testing. I think you want to have 1 Steam Vents and some Mold Drifters because what people do most of the time is they board in. First of all, they board in these not all the Leyline of the Voids, all the top tier decks. They play Leyline of the Voids for the mirror match, and they board it in against you. I have one Hypergenesis in the board to just deal with that, but it's actually quite easy because they they reveal 2 Leyline of the Voids, so they have 5 cards to start off with, and they turn with Thoughtseize or whatever. And most of the time, they don't really have cards in their hand for Hypergenesis. So if you just put into play 2 Street Wraiths and a Valley Rennet or something, they're probably going to beat him to death with that, but they're not doing much after that.
Nothing really kills Street Wraiths, honestly.
Yeah, they don't have removal in the they're not playing Damnation, and they play Smothers too, so they don't have Smothers. They really just have no way to kill any of your creatures. So Hypergenesis will almost always kill them. Not to mention if they put into play Dark Depths and Vampire Hexmage, you can still just put into play Fulminator Mage, and they're not getting anywhere with that. Or in my list I had Jungle Weavers, but I'm pretty sure Ridge Rainet is way better. Not the Valley Rainet, the Ridge Rainet, because I think the 6 power is just much more relevant than the 6 toughness. So
what about the Reach?
The Reach, not really it's not really relevant. No, not at all. You're not really. The creatures are all dead. That's one of the reasons why Leyline of the Void is so good main deck, because even if you can't get any value out of it, it's just a Wrath of God for 3 mana instant speed, and you'll bring back something of yours. The Reach blocks a 2020, but the problem is that they're not going to have a 2020. If you cast your Violent Outburst, now if you have Leyline of the Void, their Hex Mage goes away and it doesn't come back, and even if they do, a lot of players will think that Living End doesn't get rid of the Dark Death token, and it does, because Living End makes them sacrifice it. So I think it's a really good deck, and I feel like I could have probably, because I lost the 2 Dark Depths decks, I could have probably played 1 or 2 Ghost Quarters in my deck just because there's no reason not to.
You definitely have the Land Cyclers to support it, because 2 colorless is going to get you 2 colors basically with 1 Land Cycler. So it's not like you're hurting yourself that much. Now the only thing I could see it causing a problem is because a lot of times you need to keep 1 landers.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I play 18 lands, you keep 1 land, double or triple cycler a lot, and
if that 1 land's a Ghost Quarter, you're not getting anywhere.
Exactly. And so if I would have put the ghost coater in, I would probably take out the